Hello, you wonderful people. I have no idea how long this stream is going to be because I just realized like I want to make some presets. I've been playing around with Serum 2 for a while. I have a way to make a bunch of presets really quickly using a little bit of randomization and whatever. It hasn't been working with this. I'm going to start this. I'm going to do these, I think, from scratch. But I realized that after a short while, I get one of two things is going to happen tonight. Either my ears are going to be, I don't know, just annoyed with the sound and I'm just going to stop making presets, or a lot of the time, or I'll be able to make a whole bunch. I don't know. But, or the other possibility is that I'll be making a preset and then I'll be just thinking I want to make a track with this, and I abandon the whole idea of just making presets and I'm making a song. So anyways, I was going to do this anyways, and I figured, I don't know, might as well go live and chat with you guys for a little while too, if anybody's interested in talking about Reason 2. Serum 2. I keep saying Reason 2. It happened on the last live stream too. I don't know why. I guess I'm just used to doing Reason live streams. And anyways, yeah, Serum 2 is where we are. I'm going to initialize the preset, and I figured it's a good way to sort of get used to some of the new features, is just to try to make some relatively completed sounds instead of just going at random and just not doing anything. I'm going to try to save some presets, and when I do something with those presets eventually, I may put them up, fix them up and put them up for sale, or it'll just be for myself. But either way, yeah, let's make some sounds. And I want to listen to a lot of these, the Serum 2 tables. So they've put everything under analog or digital. There are quite a few of these. Okay, so we've got a bunch of wavetables to play around with. And just almost going to go random and see what we can come up with. I haven't... Ooh. I like the low end in this one. I think we're going to use this for something. So I might actually filter it right away. That's a really nice... Yeah, you can make a really nice sub bass with this. And let's just make a little bit of a... Yeah, I really like you can feel this. Do we add something over it? I might just do just a quick sine wave. Isn't it on one of these default shapes? Oh yeah, there we go. It's the second one. Yeah, I like the feel of this. It's probably not worth adding a sub to this, but we might go into the effects, see what we can do. Maybe a little bit of a compressor. Yeah, I'm realizing now, I don't know. I should have had a whole different title for this live stream. If I end up making music, I might end up just changing it afterwards for the for the replay. But anyways, for now we're gonna make presets. But I want to do something a little bit more original than just sub basses. I might just save this and fix it up some other time. And I don't know if you guys know this, but if you're doing sounds in Serum, there are a bunch of codes. I don't know if I can find them here. There are a bunch of codes that you can use, and I just lost my there we go. I just lost my my chat window. There are a bunch of codes that you can use, and if you use the codes that are built into Serum, it will actually put them automatically in the right folder, which is sort of nice. So I'm pretty sure BA, I think there are two different ones for bass, but sub bass start. There's something I do with my presets. I always put an FS if it's from scratch, like if I started it from scratch. And because once in a while I'll take a preset, fix it, like change it so much that it almost becomes a different preset. I always give those a different name because I want to know which ones I did from scratch. If I ever put them in a preset pack or whatever, I know which ones started from nothing like this. So I like to do some sort of an organ or something. I'm just going to initialize this again. Make this a bit bigger. I've been looking at the stats, and most people are watching on a computer. There's actually a high number of people that are watching on a phone, and so I always try to make like the plugin as big as I can if you're watching it on a small screen. So you have an idea of what I'm doing. Let me just check here with just check OBS. Yeah, we're good. Maybe I'll just actually this little corner here, I'm not going to use anything on this curve, so okay, we should be good with this. So big all of a sudden, but okay, so yeah, I want to make something like more of an instrument. I did a hypersaw earlier, which are always fun to make, but I want to see something I could use in Deep House. So I might just look at some of these that I'm just going to go with these at random. I was thinking, this sounds interesting. It's just a sine wave. I don't know why they call it. It looks like it's just a reversed sine wave. Maybe it's something different, but I'm looking for something smooth. Did not like that one. This one is promising, and we'll throw something else on. Might just do. I was going to do just a plain sine wave. Let's find something else that's a little bit smoother. I want something that will sound good on a chord, so. That's not what Oh. Yeah, we might do this and we'll bring it down an octave. We'll do something with a filter. Something similar to the last one, I guess. Just trying to get my sustain pedal to see what. this filter, I want to actually just bring everything down. Okay. Okay, so that's interesting. So if we send stuff to both filters, we actually can't. It's just like basically 50% on each. So is there a way? I'm trying to figure out how to have both of them at 100%. Okay. Anyways, that's what I want anyways. So I'm going to get rid of the envelope here. Modulators. I'm just going to use this first one to do this instead. Oh yeah, we got to go back here. Send this to 1 specifically. Okay, we're going to just add a little bit of delay, reverb. I want to play around with the the basically convolution reverb. I don't know if you guys know this. If you haven't been using Serum 2, there are presets for the whole plugin. And then there are presets for chains of plugins here that you can go with these and have a whole bunch going. And then you actually have presets within each of these devices. So, which is really nice to have. I'm not going to use these. If I'm making presets, I like working from scratch completely, but it's weird because I didn't like the reverbs on Serum 1, which were basically these two, I think, the plate and the hall. But this does sound nice. This one's probably not doing anything because we don't have... Let's look at some... Oh, that's nice, actually. Because if we remove it... Yeah, that really adds a lot of... I need to bring this up a little bit just so it's a little bit clearer. And then draw. Yeah, it's a little too muffled. We might have a little bit too much of the reverb going on, but see if we... Okay, I think that's the sweet spot. We'll save this one for now. So I don't know what the code is for organs. I'm pretty sure I saved it in my Evernote here. Why does, no. Just every time I go to my other screen, it removes Serum from here. Why do I keep saying that? Okay, hold on. Okay. Organ, OR. So if you use these as the first part of your presets, it'll automatically put it in the right category, like I was saying earlier. So it's always useful to have. And we'll have Deep Housey. I don't think I'm that original tonight, so I'll have to change the name eventually, but yeah, I like the sound of that. And what I want to do is go in here. One of these options, auto hide. Why does, it's weird. This keeps popping up when I press on, but that's not what I want. But yeah, every time I go to the other screen for some reason. Anyways, I'm not going to be going to that screen very much. I got to figure out why this doesn't stay up. Okay. What do we do? We initialize, or do we add to this one? I might add another one. There's a way to copy, right? From this. Is it right click? If you know how to copy it, let me know. I know there's a way to do it. Oh, is it here? Copy. Okay, we'll do a copy with the mods. Like modifications, I'm assuming, and then paste here. Okay, so that's what we have. And then this one, I'm going to just do a little bit of fine tuning and maybe go an octave above. And I think this is better, actually. There's another way to do this with unison. Oh, no, that's not what I want. That I love doing in Serum. If you go to stack here, it'll actually give you different octaves from your unison. So if we're doing a bunch of voices, like if we do 5 voices here and we stack it, this is going to be sort of weird because this one's an octave above, but I'm going to do this, and then it's going to stack some extra voices 2 octaves below, which is, this one's the regular octave we're using, this is above, and sending some below. So we should have, you can tell there's a little bit more low end. I don't like the sound of this though. No, I don't want. Yeah, this doesn't need the detune. But anyways, it's an interesting way to add extra layers to what you're doing. It's adding extra octaves above or below, whichever settings you have. So if you've got 3 different oscillators with 3 different octaves, plus your sub, which you could set to a different octave, you can have stuff going on in 4 different octaves just with 1 key. And then you stack a bunch of them and it just like fills up the sound. So I think I used it on my last live stream, the one from like 24 hours after I got Serum. But anyways, I'm going to save this, but I'm going to do B Is this better? I feel like there's just too much of the reverb. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put these on a macro, actually all of these on a macro. And then bring these down. I don't think we'd want it all the way up, but okay, so with nothing, and I'm going to call this one size. And there's way too much, but actually, no, I'm not even going to set these so the maximum goes around here. So that's if you really want it washed out, but I feel like this is the sweet spot. So okay, I'm just gonna save over this one. Okay, these just simple, easy presets, but this is going to be useful. And let's see. So we'll initialize and try just something completely different. Oh, that one I do not like. Okay, I think we could make a lead. I'm gonna have to bring the main down on here. And detune it a little bit less. We're gonna do I'm not sure how much this is going to affect the CPU because move right down here. Not too bad so far, but okay. So I don't want this. It's detuned. Okay. We're gonna do something similar to the last one. We're gonna have some delay. Maybe we'll work with this convolution just to find some. Oh, it's starting to sound. Starting to sound good. Let's bring these. I like this one. Okay, so what do we have with our effects? I don't even think I want to change. I might. Yeah, I might do an eighth. Do I do? Okay, that might be a little bit loud. I'm sorry if you're. Yeah, let's. Not too bad if we just got one note going, but. And then apparently there is an OTT setting in here. I've always had a tough time getting OTT to sound right. And it's like, everybody's like, yeah, you just throw it on everything. For some reason, I don't know, everything I throw it on just seems not squashed. It just seems like it takes the life out of it, even though it's supposed to do the opposite. So, but apparently, let's see, maybe tonight is the night. Okay, so you've got the OTT from Serum 1. I'm assuming that's what this is. And then OTT. Okay, so I'll have to do the gain. Okay, this is sort of... I'm not sure if I want the compressor after the delay, because it's compressing the delay as well. Well, actually, it does sound better after. Whoa. The lows in here, I don't know. Maybe it was the same in Serum 1, but it feels like anything I do just has those deep lows. Okay, and then I'll add a little bit of portamento on here. Okay, and what I want to do, I'm going to try this stack we were talking about earlier. I don't know if I want to go up or down or... That sounds like it could be interesting. It would sound good on an organ, but... Yeah. No, I don't think we're going to... Do we want any sort of a noise on here as an attack? And do we want a filter? That's the question. Yeah. I think it sounded better without. Yeah, it sounds better without. And then, so I'm going to figure out which variations we want to do, throw some macros on. Well, I guess we could do that with a filter, but... I'm just going to save this as is, I think, because I like the sound of this. Let's see what it'll sound like with an ARP. No, better with that. Okay, anyways, good enough for this one. Let's try another one. Initialize preset. What I should be doing is going through these tables like one by one and like remembering which is which, because I'm just doing this at random, but... This would be nice. Every time I get back to a sine wave, I feel like I should just be using sine waves as a starting point for all of these, because, I don't know, it's always my favorite sound. Okay. This one, I was trying to figure out what that beeping was. I thought it was in my ears, but it's our dishwasher. I'd have it just a little bit. All right, we're gonna have to layer this one for sure, but let's see what we can do as a... I like that it goes automatically to default shapes now. I don't think it did that before, and maybe it did. I feel like it didn't. But there's also, like, it's also really easy to get back to it. If you're going through, you can just go back to default shapes right here. So instead of having to go through the menu. So add some voices to it. Do you guys add like even numbers or odd? I feel like I always go with odd numbers, so you still have the center and then the other ones on the sides, but which I guess if you do it this way, you have two of them. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know if there's like a better way, like if there's a reason to use odd or even for... I mean, this does sound a little bit more full. And I'm wondering for like mono compatibility if this will cause more issues because it's so close, or maybe it doesn't matter. But anyways, if you guys have any any insight on using odd or even, let me know, because these are way too detuned, even if we... Let me go with effects. I feel like just trying one of these at random. I haven't tried the ones, like the presets in here for the effects. Weird, but interesting. Oh, that is. That is interesting. I don't know what this is supposed to be, but... what is it doing? It's on nitrous. Very interesting sounds. I don't know what we're... which one's doing the... okay, so it's definitely the reverb doing it. Rate, depth. I don't know how it's doing this. So I'm fascinated with this, whatever's going on. It's weird because it's sort of going up and down. Sometimes it's going down, sometimes it's going up. Interesting. Yeah, let's look at some of these. So that's nitrous bend 1. very weird. I don't like this one very much. This makes it sound a little bit like almost like a mandolin. Like, I think there's a, there we go, 8 tones. Interesting. I hadn't realized that these were like pretty extensive presets. I like that there's the init right here. So if we want to go back, we just clear everything, start over. So, okay, I have to check this. If we add, okay, if we add this and we switch it, it removes the old one, right? Or does it just add to what was there? No, okay, it removes what it was and replaces it. Okay, that's what we want. Okay, I'm just going to create my own effects here. We're definitely going to use this convolve. Let's try the reverb. This nitrous. This has so much depth to it. Like, if I just hit 1, I'll just accent it and hit. It's like, there's not tons going on, but it I don't know, it's just, I like the size of it. Like it just keeps playing for quite a while. Okay, so let's just, over here, we'll find medium one here. I haven't tried all of these, so. Okay, we definitely need some drive to it. So either through a compressor, but we need to fill it a little bit more. So maybe with a filter. And I tend to go with the filters just, I mean, we used to have just one filter, right? So I would just go to one of the low pass filters. For most of the music I do, I end up, when I'm going to Serum, I'm usually looking for an organ type sound or whatever. But I rarely play around with these other ones, and I really have to. Oh, there's actually a reverb filter. Thing with this. Oh yeah, there is a. Because I don't want too much of it going, but. No, we're not going to use this one. Okay, so maybe a formant. You gonna say formant or formant? It's like people are sort of split between, and I'm French, so it's formant, so it's closer to the format, but it feels like it should be formant. Oh, this with an arpeggiator. Gotta bring it down a little bit. different pattern. All right, I like this one. I'm pressing the sustain pedal in between, so it keeps going until I hit the next chord. And I'm wondering if there's a way to to see if there's any sort of a hold on here. Yeah, latch, but I don't want. I don't like having latch on for a preset, because the next time you load it up, you press this and you're like, how do I stop it? So we won't use that, but okay. I'm gonna have to to change names of all these, because they're not very not very original, but I feel like it would be nice with the same thing lower. Actually, you know what, we might be able to use the stacks here. No. Okay, we'll remove this, and then I will copy this to this. I'll go an octave down. So I don't want this loud, just maybe even I almost want it to be more this. So it's playing one of the notes. Like, so the arpeggiator is only on like some of the notes, which I don't think we can do on here. Like, I don't see what the setting would be to do something like that, but anyways, this sort of works. All right, initialize, start over. Let's go find some new. No fund, try saw square. I think we went through these, right? I feel like this could be, okay, that's what we're going to do. Okay, I feel like this could be, if this is new in Serum 2, this whole voice control thing. And I like playing around with the detune. And what it does is it's not really it's not dealing with the audio, it's dealing with the MIDI. So if I do this, just a little bit above, a little bit below. So yeah, as I press it, you tell each note is going to be a little bit higher, a little bit lower. But actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I want. I might do it just a little bit on a few of these. But anyways, if you ever want like one note left, one note right, but like I said, you're not dealing with the audio. You're dealing with each of these 8 columns is a different note. So you can have the pan, like first note you press way on the left. So left, or actually it'll be right and then left, and then all centered. So if you're, it adds a little bit of variation to it when you're doing it. But that, anyways, that's not what we want here. The only thing is I haven't been able to figure out how to reset them. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. You press Command or Control if you're on Windows, and whichever, I believe. Yeah, okay. So I've been bringing all these back to 0, and I'm actually, no, I'm going to leave this. I want to do a sort of lo-fi type feel. But what I'm going to do is over here, I'm going to go to one of these, the chaos ones, and see if I can bring this, and then I obviously don't want that much. Oh. It sounds like I don't want to save that one to work on. This sounds like a video game. I don't know. It's not really an effect. All right, we'll call it. Okay. Anyways, that's not what what I'm looking for. What I want is, yeah, I don't want it to retrigger every time, and I don't want it this much either. I just want it a little tiny bit. And I want this way slower as well. Okay, that's sort of the feel I'm going. I want something that's sort of like detuned, almost like you're playing it on a tape that's like an old tape that's wonky, so we'll deal with the filters for that afterwards. But I'll add a little bit of a, I keep going back to this convolution, but the convolve, but all right, let's see if we can. I feel like we have to EQ this. Some stuff in the higher end that I don't really like. If we just do this. I feel like we need a little bit of an extreme delay of some sort, but like an unpredictable delay. I don't know. This isn't, I'm trying to... Maybe if we layer it a little bit, we'll throw another oscillator. It's weird because we're dealing with the chorus on here. It's making it sound out of tune when we add a different, like an extra oscillator. We could put the same effect on them, but okay, I don't know. We're gonna do working on lo-fi pluck because I'm tired of this one already. All right, let's make, I think I'm gonna make another super saw of some sort. We'll initialize. It might actually be good just with this one. Bring these way up. I want to check. Okay, 16 is the maximum. It's not that bad on the CPU. Like, honestly, like, it obviously depends on this, on the sound and on the system, whatever. But I was expecting it to be a little bit worse on here because I've heard a lot of people have a lot of issues with them. But I think the problems come when you're dealing a lot with the spectral stuff. I want to see. Oh, wow. That really adds the low end we need. It's just random, but... Okay, so we... The only thing is, this one here, I get rid of these. Yeah, you can tell there's a little bit of a delay on the first part. Can we? Okay. All right, we're getting there. And I'm gonna do the same thing we did earlier. This will go to the convolve. Maybe a regular reverb. Okay, we're gonna have to bring this down. Now, low end is nice, but it's too much. Might have to add a sub to this. It's interesting. I don't know if you're listening on headphones or on good monitors. You can tell there's a small difference when you go with just the sub. There's a huge difference if we turn the sub on and off. This one here, there's not a huge difference, but it just sort of fills out the low end a little bit more. Let's see if we bring it. Here you can tell a little bit more of a difference, but it just fills it. I always like adding a little bit of portamento to these. I don't want to make it too crazy. We might go with the stacks again. Oh yeah. What if we do 2? If we do this one, and then on here, we stack that. See, now I almost feel like it's got too much of the low end. No, we need this. I'm gonna bring the low end down a little bit so it's less obvious. This is just one key, and we've got it stacked with octaves, but it's not actually playing any different notes. Like, if this one's what that was adding a fifth, but this one here, so just basically the equivalent of pressing 3 octaves at once, or I guess 4, because we've got the -2. The normal one, and then the -1, and then this one is low. Okay, this is a good start. Yeah, I like this. I don't know if it really is a super saw. I guess it sort of is, but I was trying 2 notes at once, but all right. This took like not long at all. It's really built up. Yeah. Maybe do another one and call it a night. Haven't played with the granular in here that much. What I love is this here, the crossfade. Because it's one thing I've noticed with a lot of granular synths is it can be tough because it ends up being really choppy. It's tough to get that smooth feel. Maybe try... Oh, wow, there are a lot in here. I hadn't noticed there were this many. Oh, yeah. And then... Are these the same ones? The same regular wavetables from... I think these are the... So you can use the regular wavetables in here, which is sort of interesting. Okay, let's go with the synth one. It's late at night. We want something calm and relaxing, sort of like a pad type. Spatial, maybe. Sort of interesting. All right. Anyways, yeah, I get tired of granular synthesis really quickly. I don't know why. I have to. I don't know. I think I have to build up my resistance to like drone-ish type sounds. Try some of the vowels. Oh, I've been wanting to try. I don't even remember how to do it. There's a way in here. You can make Serum talk. I think it's here, but I think you put ooh. I think it's this here that no. And then we're going to go take this, go to the position. That's not how it's supposed to sound, but let's slow it down. No, so this is not the way to do it. Anyways, there's some way to make it talk. I'm gonna figure it out because it's part of a video I've been wanting to do, but I'll have to practice it. I'll show you in the next stream or in another stream, but yeah, there's a way to do it. But I was sure this was how we did it. Unless we have to go really fast. No, there's nothing that sounds like hi there anywhere there. But yeah, anyways. So that's Serum 2. I think I'm going to leave it there. But yeah, thanks for watching. And I'll do these once in a while. But yeah, I put it in the title so you didn't expect too much tonight. It's just going to be a little boring stream with, yeah, it's been a long day. I wanted to do a little bit of music before I get to bed. But anyways, yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, everybody.